Hello my loves, I am back with another video and this one is another one for the Zodiac series that I started. The first one was the Zodiac signs as poems, which really felt like a topic that called straight to my heart because I'm a poet and I love anything that gives me an excuse to delve into poetry. Today, we are talking about the signs as fictional characters, which I love absolutely because I'm a fiction geek. I love movies, I love cinema, I love novels, I love anything that has to do with fiction. Cinema in general, be it fiction or non-fiction, is something I deeply enjoy. I'm a Sagittarius, by the way. Hello guys, I am Chelsea if you're new here, and I'm a Sagittarius. And so let's get into it. The signs as fictional characters, I had so much fun deciding on these because I've watched so many movies, and the analytical part of my brain that loves to just dissect things and get into the details of what someone would do in a situation. Why is this character more Aquarius and less Sagittarius or less Gemini? And all of those things, I love deciding on things. I don't know if it's a Sagittarius thing or not, but I love to decide what my perspective is about certain things, right? So let's start with the first one, and that is Aquarius. I am going to go from January to Capricorn. I'm sorry, but I like to do it that way. It just keeps my mind organized and that makes me happy. Okay, let's get into it. Aquarius. Aquarians, my people. The fictional character I chose for Aquarius was Jack Sparrow, and that is because I feel like Jack Sparrow is the most Aquarius character ever, and you have to agree with me on that. Intellectual, very intelligent, very breezy about everything, like even like dying and there's a storm in the sea and whatever, and he's just breezy. He's like, so what? Have you ever seen Jack Sparrow cry? He gets emotional, right? He gets grateful. He knows that sometimes a lot of the times, people get into trouble while saving him, and he is, even though he doesn't show it deep down, he's very grateful about that. And weird as hell, which I think all Aquarians are weird to a great extent. I will not even say some extent because they are really weird. And don't get me wrong, I love it. I love weird people. I guess that is why Sagittarians and Aquariuses get along, because they're weird and we like weird. My cat's nap time is over and I just miss her. Anyways, so yeah, Jack Sparrow, intellectual, has this cosmic sort of odd feeling about him, as if he's come from another planet, is entirely another breed sort of a thing. Very smart, very rebellious, and just has to do what nobody else has done, and also just finds himself in situations like that, like almost attracts odd situations because that's who he is. So I felt like Jack Sparrow was absolutely the right click for Aquarius, basically. Next, we have Pisces, and oh my god, I was so conflicted with this one. I chose Phoebe Buffay from Friends for the fictional character for Pisces because I feel like I was conflicted because I think Phoebe is also very Aquarius in terms of her weirdness and her odd beliefs and her rebellious nature and her this way of living differently. But I think Phoebe is so artistic, so creative, up in her head all the time, zoned out and like mystical, and she has this gentleness and this love about her. The thing that gave me the decision making point for whether Phoebe is Aquarius or whether Phoebe is Pisces, and I selected Pisces because Aquarius do not have an angry side most of the time. They display their aggression or their anger within, like, in a very healthy way most of the time, and I'm talking about like evolved Aquariuses. But Pisces have a threshold, and that threshold, if crossed, gets them to a place where they will get angry with you and they will tell you to stop. Whatever you're doing, just stop it. Okay? And that is why I think Phoebe is more Pisces than she can be Aquarius, because she has that like breaking point. She has that point where she'll go ahead and be like, all right, stop. Enough is enough. I'm angry and you will do what I say. And love that though. But I think that puts her in the Pisces pile immediately. Okay. Next one is Aries, and this could not have been more obvious. Okay, I was conflicted between few fictional characters that I wanted to select for this sign, but I think Monica wins. Monica from Friends is the most Aries person I've ever seen. She's competitive as hell. She is so protective of her people. She is smart and she knows how to lead people. She is assertive. She likes things done exactly how she wants them to be done. She has a fiery element about her, and I think a lot of people would want to give her over to the Virgo, but I think Virgos, except for the cleanliness part, are not Monica. Monica is not Virgo. She is not calm. She is not easy breezy. And Virgos can be rather easy and rather calm, I feel. She has that fieriness of the Aries, okay? So, yeah, Monica, Aries, definitely Monica. The next one is Taurus. And even for the Tauruses, I had a few characters in mind, but the one that I selected is Katniss Everdeen from the Hunger Games. Fiercely loyal to her people, very protective, exceptionally stubborn, and she has that earthy strength to her. She has that sort of almost animal feeling to her that I think all Tauruses have a little bit of that. They have like a little bit of that feeling of earthiness and raw animal energy sort of thing, right? And yeah, that I had that narrowed down very quick because it just immediately reminded me of her. Turns out a lot of people think that Katniss Everdeen is a Taurus, and I can see why. I mean, she ticks all the boxes for the Taurus traits. So Gemini, oh, I love this one. It's so funny. I think the fictional character for Gemini is Tony Stark from the Iron Man series. Why, you ask me? Duality. He has the urge to help people. He has the urge to do the right thing. But he also has the urge to be the best. He also has the urge to be liked. He is exceptionally intelligent and can think like with the brain of two people, if you know what I mean. And he's funny, he's witty, he has a flirtatious side to him. He kind of gets what he wants, and I think these are all very Gemini traits. Especially the humor always reminded me of Geminis. I think Tony Stark, whoever's written the character, has given it a very Gemini feel. Or maybe it's just how I feel because I'm so into astrology and that's all I think about. But is that a bad thing? I don't think so. Oh, just as I was about to get emotional, guess who's next? It's my Cancers. I think Cancers... I thought a lot about this one, and I feel like Cancers are always given this very sissy sort of a character who's always crying and always like, why does this happen to me? Cancers can be actually very complex in nature, and I think even though one of their stronger traits is emotional understanding and the ability to feel more, but I think they have a lot of other traits that people miss, and I won't, okay, because I'm unbiased, okay. I think Elena Gilbert from TVD is definitely Cancerian. She is emotionally very understanding. She feels a lot, and she also knows when other people feel a lot. She is intuitive, and she makes the right decisions because she has this intuitive thing about her, right? But she also has a little thing for the toxic. Just kidding. She has a little thing for risk and adventure and danger and I mean it all in a good way. Like, she has a thing for fun things, right? She wants to have fun. She wants to experience more. And even though Cancers are always regarded as people who are very homely, and even though it's true, even Elena Gilbert exhibits that, where she wants to have a family and she wants to have a home and she wants to have that nice little perfect life. I like this little life sort of thing. But she has a little bit of an underlying urge and need for something exciting in her life. And she's fiercely loyal. She is very nurturing and motherly. She also has the anger of a Cancerian person, the very emotional anger that a Cancerian person can have when something unjust or bad happens to somebody they love or to themselves. She also has the withdrawal thing that Cancerians have, where if she's really struggling through something, she will just say that I'm okay, and then start to cry. But alright, I think Elena Gilbert is a good fit for Cancerians, right? The next one is Leo. And for Leo, I chose Jay Gatsby from The Great Gatsby. A lot of people might think he's more of like a Scorpio with all of his secrets and everything. But I think all in all, the core of his personality and his morals and his beliefs are very Leo. He likes to be the center of attention. He likes to be seen. He loves deeply and purely, you could say. He's very loyal to both the people that he loves and cares for, but also to his own belief system and his own morals and the way he's always thought and the way he's always done things. He's loyal to it in a way. He's courageous, I think, for him to have that humble beginning and then go on to making it really big It required courage, and it required skill, and it required confidence. And I think because of that, he has a very Leo core feeling to himself. And because they chose Leonardo for it, he also has that shiny gold hair that just reminds you of the Leo. So for the Leo, I think Gatsby. For Virgo, we have Hermione Granger. I don't know any other fictional character that fits Virgo more than Hermione Granger. She is feisty. I think people don't notice this about Virgos, but Virgos are kind of feisty. They're kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. They have that thing about them, and it's very there. Hermione is very good at keeping up with her work, keeping up with school. She's good at learning things fast. She's smart and very organized. She does not hide the fact that she's smart and organized. But she's also very caring and very kind and very open to helping her friends and being there for them and being of use to them. And her courage and her ability to help and be kind and there for people, I think, is a very Virgo characteristic. Her ability to also be calm when the situation gets bad, and her ability to keep being calm like that also feels like the Virgo. And also, she knows how to have fun. And that is also something that people don't notice about the Virgos, that they just know how to have fun. They know how to have a good time. They don't need much for it. I've noticed that. Okay. Next is Libra. I think the Libra is very obviously Joey. I think a lot of people think that Joey could be Taurus because he loves food and he has a stubborn nature. But I think Joey is Libra because flirts with everybody all the time, anywhere. Even if he is not trying, he's flirting, and I think that's a very, very Libra characteristic. Everybody likes him, which is also a Libra characteristic. He's very charismatic, and it's almost as if he's good with a lot of things, even though it feels like he's kind of dumb in the series. But he's emotionally intelligent, and he is able to see good in people, and he's fair and just, and that is all very Libra to me. The Libra's intense desire for things to be balanced and just harmonious and peaceful is very Joey. He's always been the mediator between all of the guys and the girls. And I think, yeah, Joey from Friends is the epitome of Libra behavior. He likes to look good, he likes to flaunt, he likes to make people feel good about themselves, he likes to party, he likes to have fun, and I think it's all definitely hinting towards Libra, right? The next one is Scorpio, and if you've watched Gossip Girls, I think Scorpio is definitely a definition for Blair Waldorf. Blair is intense. Blair is possessive. She is sexy in a very not obvious way. She doesn't dress too revealingly, but when she wants to be sexy, it's like you see it and you see her, and she's like very intense and very almost fieriness that the Scorpio has. I think Blair is very much that, even though she's emotional and so deeply emotional, and it's kind of insane, but then she has that Scorpio side to her. She's secretive, she's intelligent, she's always one step ahead of everyone else, and she is great at planning out revenges, and I think it's all very, very Scorpio. It has Scorpio written all over it, okay? And for Sagittarius, I chose one of my most relatable characters, and that is Peter Quill. Peter Quill from Guardians of the Galaxy. The first time I saw this man's, this character's behavior and his aura, I was like, oh my god, that's very me. That's like the way things are going crazy, and he puts in his headphones and his earphones, and he's dancing off to this crazy badass music. I was like, that is so me. That's my thing. I feel like all Sagittarians have their thing. It's like a thing that they do, that they love doing, and they just do it because they love doing it. And they do it no matter what. So you could go to their house with the worst news and they'll say, okay, and they'll process that information, but then they'll go and do their thing, which they always do. And they won't skip it. And it just feels like that for Peter Quill. He is freaking adventurous. He is always up for something crazy, something fun, something hilarious. And he has the kind of humor that a Sagittarius has, with the sarcasm and with the name calling. I feel like it's a very Sagittarius humor that Peter Quill has, right? The fact that he wants to be free and he has this intense urge for freedom, but then he also wants to spend the rest of his life with Gamora, and he loves her because he sees in her that power and that alignment and that same energy where he knows that she is the one for him, and then he's all out. That feels like a very, very Sagittarius thing to do. The last but not the least is Capricorn, and for Capricorn I went with Severus Snape. I think he is very, very Capricorn in terms of his discipline, in terms of his hard exterior sort of act, and immense strength, courage, loyalty. But also I feel like Capricorns have the ability to love somebody as deeply as Severus Snape loved Lily Potter. That warms my heart, and I just wanted to also point out to the fact that Capricorns have a heart in spite of their very, very evident, very, very hard exteriors. they have a heart, and you can get to it if you're as majestic as Lily Potter. But yeah, I think Severus, there is almost nothing childlike about him. And I think that is very true for Capricorns. The sun has completely set as I was filming this video, but I hope that you enjoyed this video. I love making astrology related videos, and if you have any crazy astrology related topics in mind, do share them in the comments. Thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one.